What do 1974 and 2012 have in common?
Well, they're both years.
Well, thank you, Amy. They are both years. But, you know, they do have some other things in common. Stephen King wrote his first novel, Carrie. He's still writing today. UPC codes. The first UPC code was used on a pack of gum. UPC codes are on everything now. And glitter. Glitter was in vogue thanks to David Bowie, and it's still in vogue thanks to Mariah Carey and Kesha and people like that. But what I want to talk about is something many people may not think of, is the 1974 Steelers draft. What most professional sports analysts will tell you was the greatest draft in the history of sports. And the comparisons I see between that draft and our draft, the Steelers draft this year for 2012. In 1974, the Steelers drafted with their first 4 picks, Lynn Swann, Jack Lambert, John Stallworth, and Mike Webster. Those 4 players went on to win 4 Super Bowls each, and each one of them is now in Canton, in the Hall of Fame. You can't really touch that pedigree. They all were amazing. They're all part of our local lore and legend. They all have memories for us for the things that they did. Even after their careers were over, I even met Mike Webster, and he was extremely classy and nice guy. But that draft class changed a team and shaped a team for a decade to come. What I think the Steelers were able to accomplish in this 2012 draft might be similar. I'm hopeful that it's similar. You know, a lot of the talking heads have given this draft, you know, a high grade, B's, mostly B pluses. I'm giving it a solid A. I was shocked that we were able to get David DeCastro in the first round. He was projected to go as high as 9 or 10, and we got him all the way at 24th. He is mobile, he's strong, he's going to provide protection for Ben Roethlisberger, and he's a great run blocker. Go on YouTube, check out a video of him pulling out and hitting linebackers out in open space. He's athletic. He just, to me, he is the epitome of what you want on your O-line. Our second pick was Mike Adams, another person to shore up the offensive line, and he also is the same type of pedigree. He unfortunately had a little bit of trouble with marijuana, and you know, his draft stock dropped a little bit, but most people had him projected as a first rounder. We were able to get him in the 50s in the second round. That's a steal if he's able to overcome his issues. You know, and those 2 guys, with their pedigree and with what they bring to the table, they may spell the end of Max Starks, which would be kind of a shame. I do like Max. Max is a nice guy, and he's, you know, his story was excellent, his comeback and everything. I know that a lot of people in Pittsburgh like that, but these guys could be solidifying our offensive line for years to come. The 3rd round pick, Sean Spence, there was even some pre-draft and mock drafts that showed him going in the 1st round. We got him all the way in the 3rd round. He is a speedster at linebacker. He's only 230 pounds. He plays like Troy Polamalu, but from the linebacker position. In my opinion, you can't have too many Troy Polomalus on a team. So I'm happy about that. Excuse me. In the 4th round, we drafted Alameda to Omahu, and he is a mountain of a man. Looks like Casey Hampton, plays like Casey Hampton, is excited to be with Casey Hampton. We'll probably learn from Casey Hampton, and probably, hopefully, in a couple years, we'll supplant Casey Hampton at nose tackle. And I think that that's a great thing. 2 other picks that I'm gonna mention are Chris Rainey in the 5th round. Chris Rainey is a little speedster of a back. Reminds me of Eric Pegram. For everybody who remembers the Super Bowl 30, Eric Pegram led us to the Super Bowl that season. He was a fast little guy, and Rainey grew up and spent his time with the Pouncey family. So that can only mean good things to me. I like everything Marquise Pouncey has done. And finally, another person I want to touch on is the Alabama wide receiver Marquise Mazie. He reminds me of Antoine Randall, and we picked him up undrafted. But that's typical of the Steelers to find undrafted gems. James Harrison, for example. So all in all, I couldn't be happier. I see a lot of potential there. Whether those things pan out, that's always the million-dollar question. None of them could pan out. I could be sitting here 3 years from now and be completely wrong about all of it, but I hope I'm right. And I hope that they can help shore up our team for years to come and help us continue to make championship runs, because I want a 7th Lombardi trophy. I don't know about you, but I'd like to have one. So, I'm not always going to do sports on Joshing Around, but that's just where we've been lately. For all your local news and everything happening in Fayette County and surrounding areas, check Herald-Standard.com. You can follow me on Twitter @JKTypist. I update stuff all the time, so stick with me. I'll keep you in the know, and I'm out.
At theheraldstandard.com, our mission is to provide news, information, and services to enable our communities to prosper. Every day, we strive to achieve this goal through 3 dynamic products. Wake up each morning to a copy of the Herald-Standard.com newspaper delivered to your home. Enjoy the e-edition and exact replica of our print product on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Or secure unlimited access to our full-coverage digital news site online at heraldstandard.com. One local news leader, 3 great options.